You like Dexter, right? Yeah, I liked it all the way to the end. It was an amazing series. Okay, good. This book is perfect for you. You ever heard of Zach Hoag? Yeah, he blogs on Pathos and on his own site, right? Right, he wrote a book based on Dexter. Nothing But the Blood, the Gospel According to Dexter. Wait, so it's a religious book about Dexter and Christianity? How does that work? Actually, better than you would think. Does he address the killing? How does that tie into the themes of Christianity? I'm not buying it. No, hear me out. He filters the book through the lens of Christianity, and it works surprisingly well. You can't superimpose Christian critique on Dexter. It wasn't written with Christian motifs in mind. I disagree. You remember that literary criticism professor I had at the University of Georgia? Yeah, sure. One of the first things he told us was that the interpretation rests with the consumer of art. He had me do Marxist critiques of capitalist essays, conservative critiques on liberal political writings. He really pushed his students to think outside the box. That's why I think this works so well. It pushes the expectations of the viewing of Dexter into a critique that no one would really initially think of. I'm still not buying it. The death, the blood, it doesn't jive with the Christian message. That's where you'd be wrong. Dexter is us. Hoag makes an argument that we need to see him as an everyman. Dexter seeks out the blood, the death, as a kind of atonement. We all have this dark passenger that drives us to fulfill a bottomless void. But not everyone is a serial killer. You can't make that leap. Not everyone is a serial killer. But in other stories that use this everyman concept, not everyone has that occupation or life, right? So think about the narrative of Dexter as if he were a metaphorical stand-in for us. Okay, so where does the blood come in? That's the individual fight for justice and balance. The world doesn't make sense, so we have a voice in our head telling us how to fix it. But it only drives us to a darker place. We can't fix ourselves. We can't fill that void. How does Hoag show the other side of that mentality? I don't want to give away too much. You really should read it for yourself, but I will say this. Hoag talks about the subversive, restorative justice that Christ offers through the cross. At the end of Dexter's journey, he comes to a place where he's going to abandon the dark life that he created for himself. Yeah, his love for Hannah and Harrison purges the drive from him. Right. This is the crux of the book. Christ has the life and love that's going to settle our own personal dark passenger. Christ's justice flips the retribution on its head. He changes the way that we look at the world. So Hoag isn't making a case we're all serial killers, but instead that we all need a different kind of justice to quiet our own dark passengers. Absolutely. I tell you, this is one of the most fun theology books I've ever read. Miles beyond any other gospel according to book that I have ever read. You really should give it a try.